Hey you guys, so we're out today, about to go hiking, training for Eagle Rock.
One more time.
Yep, it's getting closer in November, so 28 miles. So we got our packs on, that's good. And here's our view, we're just starting out. Pretty, you guys?
Beautiful day.
Now the only thing about this location is it really is kind of flat. And when we go to Eagle Rock, there are ridges. They're gonna spank us if we don't get our walking up muscles going. So we've chosen this hill and we're gonna go up and down it for a while before we get started on our hike. Hopefully the homestead dog will cooperate and not give me forward momentum on the way down. Because that would be bad to film, like a tumble, yeah, and then a roll. Oh, yeah. I shouldn't have even said that, no. Should I? Yeah, because it could happen. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Hey you guys, this is Dash from Bloom Where You're Planted. And look at this New Guinea gourd. It looks awesome. Let's take it inside and cook it and even try it raw and just see how it tastes, okay? But before we do that, we've got a major problem in the front yard garden. I'll show you. The front yard fence is down, folks. That is not good. So the fence is so important in the front yard garden. Without the fence, there wouldn't be a front yard garden because as we learned the hard way when we started the community garden, remember I got my start at Creekside Community Garden and I helped start the community garden. And it was just a field of grass, so we established beds, we planted in the beds. We were so excited. We went to check on our new sprouts and they came up and then they were gone. They were completely gone, like we hadn't even been there. Yeah, rabbits, rascally rabbits, ate everything. And they will, while they don't like all plants, all greenery, they sure do like young sprouts of anything. So, what I have is chicken wire partway up, as you can, I hope you guys can see that. And the basic fence is made from 3 pallets. Because when I first started out in the front yard garden, I did not have the money for a fence. It's a large area, and to go buy the wood and build a fence or even the picket panels for a fence, it was going to be way too expensive. So I got 3 pallets and I cut them down and I made myself a fence. And now, while we're allowed to have a front yard garden, there's no law against that. There are very, very strict laws about front yard fence ordinances, which it kind of makes sense. You don't want your neighbor, for instance, to put a privacy fence around his front yard. That wouldn't look very good if everyone had a different type of fence around their front yard. So I get it, and I was so fortunate that my city worked with me and my neighbors worked with me. It was pretty amazing. The city came out to inspect it, and it has to be a certain height. The law says it has to be decorative. Can't really be useful, and it cannot be made of reclaimed materials. And what else? It has to be made, it can't be made of wire, it has to be made of wood. I think that's it. But what was the fun part is I talked to my neighbors about it and they just surrounded me with love. They all wrote letters to the city asking that I would be able to keep my front yard garden, that they really liked it. One of them even said it reminded her of Victory Gardens, and she loved to see me out here with my family working. It was so amazing, and it made me feel so good to have their support. And when the city came out to inspect the final inspection of the fence and like pass it, after we had worked back and forth about they wanted some more consistency in the slats, they wanted a few things, they needed to cut off some of it to make it short enough. So After we worked with the city for a while, back and forth, they were coming out for the final inspection, and a lot of my neighbors, like 5 of my neighbors, came and met them with me. So that was so nice to have their support, because I was a little bit nervous about how it would go, and yeah, so I'm really lucky. I heard that Florida just passed a state law saying that they can't prohibit you from having a front yard garden. Now, they could probably prohibit you from having a fence. And if you don't have a fence to keep rabbits out, at least in my neighborhood, well, there's no point in gardening. You won't get anything. So that's a tricky thing about front yard gardens, the fence to keep the rabbits out. So that leads me to, what am I gonna do about this fence? Well, let's see. I think I have some ideas. I think I might have a pallet that would fit this section, because it is obviously rotted. So 42 inches. All right, let's go check. I also need to measure how far up this slat is. So I'm gonna say it's about 16 inches, probably more like 17 because of the mulch here. So probably about 17 inches. The reason being, this slat goes all the way across the same height, and the city definitely wanted consistency with that. I know, but yeah, I've got to march to their rules. So let me go measure the pallet that I have and see if it'll work. So let's see, this pallet is, I need 42.5. So it could be cut off to fit. And then let's check the height of this middle slat right here. Okay, it's a little higher, but there's a lot of mulch in the garden, so I think it will probably work. The first step is to pry these slats off of the back of this pallet, and then turn it over and cut it off at the height you want it. All right, folks, my crowbar is always right there. Right there beside those. It's yellow. I love my crowbar, and it's not where it's supposed to be. Why is that? So hopefully my crowbar is in here. No, I do not see my crowbar. Okay, that would be really funny if I watched the video later and I saw it somewhere in the garage or something. It was right there. No, it's not here. Okay, so I'm gonna blame it on my Boy Scouts, because they take my stuff to Eagle projects and then they leave them there. I'm not gonna blame it on my disorganization. I'm gonna blame it on my Boy Scouts. So I'm gonna go buy another crowbar. That really was probably what happened, because I have looked everywhere and I can't find it. So that was the first step. But I'm just remembering I don't have a car today, so I can't go to the store and get a crowbar. I'll show you why I don't have a car. This is why I can't drive the truck. Yeah, they kind of frown on driving without, you know, the instrument panel. The instrument panel is right there, because it is not working. So we are going to mail it into a place that is going to fix it and send it back to us. So that's great, but that's not going to help me get a crowbar today. Oh, I wonder if the crowbar could be in my truck, in the truck. Ooh. Technically, I guess I could drive the truck this way. I mean, the instrument panel wasn't working anyway. It's just gone now. If I got pulled over, the officer would say, "Ma'am, do you know how fast you were going?" And I could honestly say, "No idea, officer, no idea." Okay, I checked with my neighbor and he is not home. Well, I mean, I tried to check with my neighbor, he's not home. So, no crowbar today. But right now, I still think I can shore up the posts in the front yard garden. So let's do that. Now, most of the posts held up really well in the front yard garden, but some did not. Yeah. Probably has something to do with the mulch that I put down here at the base of them, and they rotted. So, not good. So, I tried putting these rebar stakes in to reinforce them, but they were not really long enough, I don't think. They're not really, I want them to come all the way up to here, and I want them to be in the ground further. So I'm gonna try to take this out and put a longer one in and see if that doesn't help the situation. Okay. Who knows, getting it out might not be as easy as I think it will be. Okay, that wasn't so hard. Now I've got another one. Excuse me, pardon me. Okay, I'm moving you guys. Let's see if 5 feet will do the trick. Well, I don't think I'm ever gonna get Fort Knox with this situation, but better. 5 feet is better. Of course, it'll help when I have it screwed to something sturdy in the middle. So, all right, should have cemented these posts in. About every 4 feet I did a post, and I did not cement them in because I didn't really know if we would actually get approved. And yeah, so if I did a front yard garden again, I'd cement the post and then I just cover it up, I guess, you know, if I ended up having to remove them. Because that was a lot of work. Okay. That is a little bit more sturdy. I'm gonna do some posts on this side of the fence. I'm just gonna worry about this side right now because the front is really covered up with flowers and insects buzzing and collecting nectar. So I'm not gonna worry about that right now. So I'm just gonna do this side. And then we'll get to the front after it freezes. All right, I'm gonna strengthen some more posts the best I can. All right, you guys, the rest of the posts along this way are stable, and all I have to do is put new screws to screw the pallets back in, the screws that come out. So that doesn't sound so hard. It's just starting to sprinkle. I really hope it pours. Hallelujah. We really need rain. All right, well, I think that will hold for the time being. We've got an idea to put a rail on the outside of the front yard fence to try to kind of hold it all together. Buy us maybe a few more years, we'll see. Because yeah, this piece down here was pretty rotted. Yeah, welcome to my jungle. But I love it, and it certainly covers up the rickety fence for now, so that's a good thing. Well, I'm at least gonna get this one standing for today, so that's good. And then I gotta go in, I'm late. All right, well, it's not perfect, but it's upright, and that will buy me some time to make a more permanent solution. And hopefully maybe do it when I have some help at home. That would be really nice, because prying those boards off of the back of a pallet is really hard. But I know that my boys could take it on just like that. And so I think I will wait for the weekend when my fisherman comes home, and I think my night baseball cap with jeans has a scout camp out this weekend, so he won't be able to help me, but I bet my fisherman will help me do the strong stuff. All right, but at least today I've got it standing. I've got to go in and start my day. Bye, you guys.